Hi, this is a market update for Friday, May 16, 2025. The Nikkei fell about 1% yesterday to 37,756. Volatility is still elevated at 22.72, but overall, this still feels like a temporary adjustment in a bullish trend. The yen remains weak. People are watching the upcoming G7 financial ministers meeting around May 20. The market is probably just waiting while adjusting ahead of that. In the US, the S&P rose 0.4% to 5917 points, and the VIX dropped to 17.83, and Treasury yield stable, and gold bounced slightly. In general, both Japan and the US still feel like they are in a risk-on phase with healthy bull market. What I'm watching most closely right now is the Nikkei PL and the EPS. The PL is now 16.29, and the PPS has dropped again to 2319 yen. That's about 150 yen lower than the recent peak. This suggests momentum is weak, and the market is being supported mainly by the weak yen. I don't think lower EPS will cause a crash right away, but I do believe this EPS downtrend is a critical signal. Everyone is watching EPS now, so ironically, it might not trigger anything unless people stop caring about it. As for events, the G7 summit could push the market higher. Also, there's a talk of a snap election in Japan, and the ruling party currently lack of majority. A dual election, House of Councillors and House of the Representatives might even happen. Corporate-wise, I'm watching 7-Eleven Qatar M&A. That could be a market move too. And now, shifting gears, today I want to talk about forgetting and cycles. Markets move in cycles, but these cycles often come back only after people forget about them. That's what makes them powerful. I realized that when a cycle returns, it always comes back slightly off. Maybe one day early, maybe 1 month late. This tiny +1 shift can be crucial. That's what I call temporal recursion. In math, if you keep adding 1 plus to a cycle, over time it looks back to the original, and that's recursion. In physics and finance, this is a part of the field called econophysics. It studies markets using physical tools, feedback loops, memory kernel, and gravitic chaos. Physics on Wall Street studied this, and it's overlapped with concepts like fractals. So cycles don't repeat exactly, they return with slight distortions, and that slight distortion is where opportunity hiddens. Many investors notice cycle, but few look at imperfect cycles, the ones that come back with a small shift. And that's the behind spot. That's where alpha arrives. Even algorithm probably learn these patterns, but if you can anticipate the +1 shift before others, you can outsmart the system. In short, cycles with a tiny shift eventually return to their origin, but only those who understood that these origins can benefit from it. So, when you study big market events from the past, look at how their timing shift, not just if they repeat. This helps build strong hypotheses for the future. That's it for today. If you found this idea interesting, consider following me, like holding a long-term call option on my contents. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.